No matter how much we love the fifth GTA, it is worth admitting that it is very far from the ideal part of the series. The game has mechanics that we may hate for one reason or another. This applies to both the story mode of the game and the online mode. If we compare the fifth GTA with its predecessor, then somewhere the game has improved, somewhere on the contrary it has lost. And somewhere I seem to have lost even more if you compare it with some GTA San Andreas, where it was even possible to get fat, lose weight, get pumped up, throw up. Okay, as they say, somewhere it arrived, somewhere it decreased. If I like certain things like improved euphoria, then the degradation of car physics compared to GTA 4 is definitely not. We will have time to talk about this today, and in general, we will discuss things that, in my opinion, are purely the personal view, and the view of some part of the community should not be repeated in the sixth part of Grand Theft Auto. Everything said in the video is not a standard of truth and facts. Therefore, if you disagree with something, I will understand perfectly. I invite you to discuss all the following points in the comments. For the most part, we will talk about the single component, because first of all, the main mechanics are performed there, and when GTA 6 is released, it will be the story mode that will take all the attention. Online, this is the actor of the second role. At least until Rockstar starts milking this very online again, for another 20 years, but that's a completely different story. The first thing that Rockstar should not repeat in GTA 6 is character customization. Customization, as it was submitted in 2013 in the newly minted, at that time, the 5th GTA, all I have to do is walk into a barbershop and show you what hairstyles are available to Franklin. To say that this is bad is to say nothing. Firstly, there are too few variations. For example, in GTA San Andreas, you had to pack more hairstyles. But in general, as I said, San Andreas was basically more intense in terms of changing your game character. And after it, the HD universe was never able to get to this level. But maybe things will finally change in GTA 6. Returning to this miracle, hairstyles are few, hairstyles are ugly. And this applies to all characters. Okay, Trevor has an ugly hairstyle. It's like stability. Michael has a good one, with whom I played a story most of the time. From the screenshots from Rockstar, we can already understand that the game will have more variations of vegetation on the head, on the face, maybe somewhere else. Let's hope that's the case. In general, I would like to see the mechanics from RDR2, where the character's hair grows back. Someone will say that this is too realistic, and you will have to worry yourself every time that you need to go to the barber. And on the one hand, you're right, yes. Therefore, this is my subjectivity. I understand that such a desire is not for a mass audience, so if you think that this is shit, I will not argue with you. All markers taste and color different. Second, a change of clothes. In GTA 5, when we change into the clothes we like, life gets better. Until the moment when we switch to another character, we do not encounter such an event that the clothes that you bought for him were changed arbitrarily to another one, and you either have to put up with it or go change clothes. It's especially infuriating when you wake up somewhere for Trevor, who is in a dress, extinguished by gasoline, and you stupidly rise in some desert where there is nothing but coyotes nearby. And then the clothes you purchase are also arbitrarily used in the character's dress code. Look, I once bought Franklin a suit. This semi-finished product started wearing the suit pants and shoes with casual tops, like he was some sort of budget fashion disaster. Yes, and there's nothing you can do about it. I understand that it adds liveliness. You get the feeling that the character lives outside of your control, goes about his business, and so on. I agree. But why couldn't you just make a feature in the game settings that would simply block the characters from changing their clothes on their own? I am sure that this would not be a problem for such a company with such developers, and it would solve many issues. Those who would like to play with a change of clothes would play, and those who would like to see only their costumes all the time would also be satisfied and be able to play this way. I would like to believe that the 6 will do so, given that we have 2 gaming Persians and we may face the same story again, but I doubt if very much something will change. By the way, with regard to hair growth, you can do the same thing. Damn. I'm sure it's not even a big piece of code that needs to be turned on or off this fucking function. But okay, I'm not a coder, so I'm just speculating. I'm not sure exactly. The third point is attachment to transportation. Damn it. I wish I could ride something other than the basic cars of the main characters. This is the most unrefined mechanics. The character constantly returns to his car, and other cars are just temporary entertainment. In fact, this is the whole thesis. There is nothing more to add. I would like to manage my fleet more thoroughly as it is done in GTA Online. I never thought I'd say that. Next, we move away from customization and move on to economics. I have a feeling that the general economy in the GTA 5 story mode was invented for something. Because in a sober mind, you need to try to come up with such bullshit. We are playing GTA. We want to buy cool cars if we don't steal them. We want to buy all the businesses, property, and feel the progress as the story progresses. And on the one hand, GTA 5 gives it. The truth gives. But all this turns into just words. Because in fact, the game really gives when you have already passed it. Yes, the whole plot. Well, you know how crazy that is. I'll explain it on my fingers. There are 6 robberies in the game, which naturally make our characters a little richer, not counting the robbery of Merryweather. This is generally the ballast of the plot to develop a conflict. Here we get nothing. They are getting richer, and now you can see on the screen how much each character can earn in each robbery. Of all these missions, the most lucrative is the big jackpot, which is the robbery of the Federal Vault. The only problem is that this is a robbery. This is the penultimate mission in the game, and you get money for this robbery only after completing the final mission. It's easy to guess that all the other missions, although they bring money, are quite small. You are literally limited in funds. Even after completing all the robberies in the best case, as part of the benefits, you will not spend much money until you complete the game. And many, when they pass it, in principle, already lose interest in it and do not continue to play. Damn, that is, you are given life in GTA only after GTA itself. Damn it. Well, that's just nonsense. This should not happen in GTA 6, so I want to believe that the economy will be fine there, so that we can feel the possibilities of spending in the game not only after going through its plot, but at least in half of its existence. And you can object, say that everything is logical, you passed the game, you became a pro, and now you deserve to spend back and forth. Okay, 0 questions. It's your right to treat it that way. It's also the right thing to do. But for me personally, going back to the take that most people give up on the game after the plot, I disagree with you about the above. But again, to each his own. The next problem is that it's not a problem at all for someone. But still, I pay more for GTA 6 to be more realistic than the last part. So the physics of the cars should be different. The new part is 100% developed based on GTA 5. We could already figure that out from the trailer. There was even an old radar used, many assets from GTA 5 and so on. Sorry, I can't show you, you know. This is not a new practice for Rockstar. Even GTA 5 was made on the basis of 4. By the way, if in GTA 4 we had cars with water boilers, then in GTA 5 it's just an arcade thing. I know that many people like this kind of physics, and I have nothing against it either. But please don't give us another part of Grand Theft Auto where we can flip the car from the roof onto the wheels just by turning them. Well, no. Please. I would like to see something in between GTA 4 and 5. Most likely it will be perhaps even better, but there are also concerns that Rockstar will take over the arcade again. Why did this happen at all? Rockstar are cunning but not idiots. Do you understand the physics of GTA 5 was originally honed for the arcade for the sake of GTA Online? I'm more than sure of that. The developers knew what online would be like, that there would be map editors, therefore, there would be some kind of stunt racing. Well, imagine a cascade with GTA 4 physics. Damn, it's probably funny, but it's not dynamic at all. And online, this dynamic was urgently needed, plus damage to cars. If cars were damaged in races in GTA Online, as they were damaged in GTA 4, you know what would happen. That's why the car does flips 5 times in the air, by pressing a key so it turns over as you want, and it feels unreal, of course. In general, the topic of physics of cars is a sick story. Here players are always divided into 3 camps. Those who like this or that, physics in this or that GTA, and those who don't like any of it at all. You can argue endlessly, but the truth is that there will be no right-wingers here. This is definitely a piece from the same series, because all the markers taste and color different. I'm speaking solely for myself. I don't want the same physics as in GTA 5, it's shit. In the old footage from GTA 6, there was a shot where the main character was riding a scooter. And looking at that physics in that footage, I'm a little scared for GTA 6, because it was very similar to the 5th one. But these were old footages. I repeat, GTA 6 is being developed on the basis of GTA 5. Therefore, the handling of cars has already changed 100 times, be sure of it. But what happens at the exit? What kind of handling will remain, what will happen to physics, we will find out only at the release. We'll see in May. With regard to online, you can generally create a separate video where it becomes possible to discuss dozens of different mechanics that I would like or would not like to see online in the 6th part. This is going to take a long time. Today, I wanted to discuss the main issues that I noticed in the discussions on YouTube, specifically related to the plot. By the way, that's how the idea to make a video came about. I'm not hiding it. And I'll be honest, I'm more looking forward to the plot than online. The more I know Rockstar's current policy towards the online service. Of course, I'll play it, this is without exception, but to say that I'm just waiting hard for GTA 6 online, probably not. That's the way it is, I repeat. I invite you to discuss it in the comments. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Thank you.